I don't know how you survived. If you are there and you're from the 15th century, please tell us how you survived, like from the horse's mouth. Urembo wako ukawa wakona, sikujipata taabani. Urembo wangu ukawa wakona, sikujipata taabani. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this finds you well. I know it's been a while ever since we did a sit down. And here we are. So today I've had so many thoughts crossing my mind. Where did this start? What's the time actually? It's 9:39 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up at 6. Actually 5 something I woke up. And then obviously when we wake up we go to the shower, and it was in the shower that I was just thinking, oh my god, what if this shower just decides to, just pour cold water on my back? Like dysfunction or something in the shower, and I was so scared. Like I've always had a terrible thought of cold showers, especially in winter. By that time it's -3 degrees outside, or -5, or just a negative, or even a 0. Even to me, even 14 degrees is very cold. I can't imagine anything cold on my back or on my body. So the thought of it just gives me stress. And I love my shower hot. And I was just there thinking, what if one day we wake up and the world has no showers, or the world has no hot water, or such kind of thoughts. And then so I had my lovely shower hot, obviously, and then it was time to step out. And I was outside, and oh my god, have you ever seen a white land? It was white, not snowing, but it was just covered with frost. You look at the grass and you start feeling mercy for it. You just try to think, how are the trees feeling? How is the grass feeling? It was that kind of a day. It's been that way for some days now, and it gets me thinking. And I don't like cold, honestly. I don't. It gets me thinking, what if I was in the 17th century and below? Because actually 18th century and below. Electricity was discovered in 18th century, if I'm not wrong. I was good in history, darlings. So from 18th century, how are these people surviving? Honestly, like, I'm trying to imagine a life without electricity, and I think it's very difficult, honestly. When you just come from outside, like now, the only thing you want is not a hot drink. You just want something that will just give you this instant warmth. The whole of your body, your hands are freezing, your toes are freezing, even your head is literally freezing, and you just need something that's to hit your face with heat, or just go to the shower and have this, hot shower. But male, like those people, those fellas in the 15th century, how are they surviving? I know there was firewood and all that, but even the thought of the firewood, how are they keeping it sane? How are they keeping this firewood not frozen? Imagine if you leave your house, even in Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi, Kenya is not, we don't have winters. But if you leave your house for a while and you open it, there's this cold that hits you, because obviously the lights were off and all that. So during winter, even if you collected and I'm also thinking, how much firewood did they have to collect to survive the whole of winter? Like, I think the talk of the town was surviving the winter. I think that was a very big fear, like, how was somebody supposed to survive winter? Seriously, huh? Imagine the patience of coming from outside when you're frozen, the patience of putting on the fire. And let me tell you something, there was no matchbox, there was nothing like a lighter. Nowadays when you want to put on a fire, you just do like just one time, lighter, pa 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 pa, and That's it. Will I even have that patience to wait for the lighter to put on the fire? The firewood, if you've cooked with firewood, you know how difficult it is to bring up a fire, honestly. Even if you have, I remember when I was a young girl, some years back, I would be told to put on a fire in the traditional setup of kitchen. I have everything. I have matchboxes. I even have dry leaves, which I don't think you would have during winter in those days. We are talking about 15th century. Please take your mind in the 15th century. I would have I would have dried leaves. I'd have very fine firewood. I'd have the right temperature, and I would still take so much time to put on the fire. So imagine me freezing from outside, from a white land, light in terms of it's frost, it's or snowing or any type of cold, my darlings, and you find yourself needing to put on the fire and have the patience to wait until the fire is up so that you can bask. If you did history, you know how the fire was being put on. You had to rub some sticks, like rub until there's smoke and fire, like all those things. I think I would be dead waiting for the heat. Seriously. Well, I'm telling you guys, like, cold gives me all sorts of thoughts. It keeps me thinking. Sometimes I think, what if I fell on the snow? What if I just, my, what can I tell you? What if I got, okay, that's a bad one. But what if I find myself outside without clothes in this winter for a while? I think you would die. I've had people die of going outside in the snow without a proper dress code, Well, I'm telling you, winter is not a joke. The cold is not a joke. It's depressed me. I've never known what depression is all my life until I was hit by cold last December. I was like, I was wondering, why is my mood changing? Anyway, let's go back to the 15th century or 16th century pharaohs. Like those guys, man, I salute you. That was a very good way of surviving. I don't know how you survived. If you are there and you're from the 15th century, please tell us how you survived. Like from the horse's mouth, Because imagine waking up without firewood in the 15th century, and when you try to collect the firewood from the streets or from the forest, that's a frozen firewood. Have you seen these trees in winter, the way they look? It's a frozen one. How much time will it take you to put on that fire? And on top of that, there's no matchbox. Guys, well, I think in those eras we had serious problems or just genuine issues. I'm trying to look at the problems in the 21st century. Okay, I know every century has its own problems, but I feel like those ones are genuine, honestly. Serious problems: electricity, matchbox, the wheel, the discovery of the wheel, even the discovery of farming materials. Like, these people were just legitimately pure. They had nothing. And or could it be because there was nothing else they knew, they were just surviving it like that? They were just finding it normal. Imagine if somebody took you to a world without electricity, without tap water. I know people will say, oh, in Africa there's some places we don't have tap water, we don't have electricity, but darling, we don't have winter. There's no winter there, and it's a very good way of living if there's such a place, because it's pure, but the weather is favorable. There's no winter. I'm just giving you a scenario where there is winter, there is no firewood, or there is firewood, lots of it, and there's no electricity. Honestly, if you take a 21st century pharaoh to the 15th century, they will die the first day. That one I'm very, very sure. They will not survive. Seriously. Gosh. Winter has made me a philosopher, and that's fine. But man, I think cold is one disaster, you know. Anyway, what was I saying? Like, whoever discovered electricity, man, big up. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm enjoying it now because, hey, anyway, guys, I love you so much. Enjoy your day. Take care of yourself, and more love, guys. Subscribe, like, and share. Mwah.